David Amber has been standing by live all morning in Tallahassee with the latest. And David, how are events expected to unfold there today?
Good morning, Hannah. The very latest information we have is that Bobby Bowden did meet with school president T.K. Wetherill this morning at his house, and Bobby Bowden has now called a 2 o'clock or 2:15 meeting with his players where he wants to formally announce his future decision. And the decision we are expecting to hear is that he's going to relinquish his duties as the FSU head coach. What we don't know is whether he'll adopt that ambassador role that you just mentioned or whether he'll just walk away from the FSU program altogether after 34 years, Hannah.
Well, David, the team's current offensive coordinator, Jimbo Fisher, is set to succeed Bowden, a plan that has been in place for quite a while. ESPN.com reporting that all those contractual details have now been worked out. What would be his first order of business?
Well, the first thing that's incumbent on Jimbo Fisher really is to shore up this defense. 98th in the nation in scoring points allowed. Not going to get things done for the Seminoles. He has to replace the retiring defensive coordinator, Mickey Andrews. And the other big thing he's got to work on, and which will be on his agenda, will be recruiting within this state. So many talented football players, but many of them migrating over to Gainesville to be with the Florida Gators. At least the top elite athletes in this state are going there. He's got to work on that, really putting his name and face as the brand of this program, which has been obviously ensconced with Bobby Bowden for the last 3.5 decades.
Meanwhile, despite the fact that this was a disappointing season, Florida State is bowl eligible, and with Bowden understandably reluctant to have that loss to Florida as his final game there. What happens should this team get the opportunity to go to a bowl game? Who would coach that game?
Hannah, there's been a lot of speculation about this. Many school officials, though, have spoken out and say they'd really like to have Bobby Bowden on the sidelines. They don't want the last memory of Coach Bowden to be a 27-point loss at the hands of the Gators here at home. They really would like that one last moment to be able to honor everything he's brought to this program, really bringing it from the ground up to prominence the last 34 years, including 2 national championships. So the hope is for him to be coaching on the sideline in their bowl game.
And again, David Amber reporting live this morning that there will be a 2 p.m. meeting between Bobby Bowden and his players on what is an emotional day there in Tallahassee, Florida. Thank you, David.